Just waiting on another. Yep. All right, ladies and gentlemen of the free world, it is yours truly, your boys, the Southwest Authority in wrestling, hip hop, and everything in between. Mania Podcast. What's going on, y'all? You're being blessed by a dynamic duo today. Of course, you should probably know who I am by now. If not, I am G1 to the rescue, aka G1 to the rescue with the energy. Of course, to my right, my partner in crime, my brother T Call, the villain. It's a tag team match today. What up, bro?
Yo, what's good with you, man? How you doing?
Shit, man, nothing much, man. It's a tag team it's a tag team gauntlet match today, man. It's just me and you against the world right now.
Tag team back again.
You hit them with the one thing. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that. That's my shit though. Man, I mean, saying that we have so much to talk about would almost be like reinstating the obvious. I mean, on all sides, and of course, we'll definitely try to summarize it for everybody that's hopping on the stream. We want to in advance welcome our new YouTube family. We now have an official Mania Podcast YouTube page, and the link is shared on my personal Facebook, which obviously has been built up over a period of time. So. And Teak has shared it as well. So if anybody wants to watch there, you're more than welcome to. We are also live on the Matt Mania Podcast Twitter and the Matt Mania Podcast Facebook page. Thank you so much for joining us. We can't do this without you. We know it'll be some people hopping in a sec. So without further ado, first and foremost, man, how was the week for you so far? It seemed like the week kind of went by fast, but of course, not many people worked on Labor Day.
Yeah, the week went by pretty fast. I mean, I've had quite a few days off. I mean, I left work early on Thursday. I had Friday off, and then I had the weekend off. I had Monday off, and I took Wednesday off. So it's been a short week for me. This week has went by fast. In and out tomorrow, and then it's back to the weekend. You know, the freaking weekend.
Ain't nothing wrong with that. Little weekend love. Let's drop a bomb for the weekend. If I'm bombing it correctly. There it is. Okay. My bomb wasn't working. Oh, I need to get the Daniel Craig audio from when he was guest hosting Saturday Night Live. Ladies and gentlemen, the weekend. I gotta get that one. Anyhow,
How was your weekend?
Well, my week so far, been pretty regular.
You went to go see Love and Blunder, right?
I did. We did go see Love and Thunder. Of course, today, obviously, Thor: Love and Thunder is available on Disney Plus for Disney Plus Day. But I did just so happen to catch it real quick before the theaters wasn't full for that one anymore. I personally enjoyed it. Myself and Gigi both admitted that it was not our favorite out of the series. That doesn't mean it was a trash movie. That just mean it wasn't a favorite. I feel like if this had came out before Ragnarok, then okay. But Ragnarok kind of, you know what I'm saying? But no, it was fire, and I understand everything happened. And I was really happy about seeing Jane as Mighty Thor. That probably was one of the best parts of that film, like just her swinging the broken Mjolnir and doing her thing. Like, man, when you get like dope film superheroes in an action movie like that, it's always gonna be fire for some reason. So that just so happened to work out very well. So yep.
And did you? I don't know if you were a comic reader or not, but
I am.
Did you check out the Lady Thor comics when they were going on? Like I read storyline was because I read those.
Admittingly, I didn't read all the issues. I think I read the first two though. The first two Mighty Thor issues officially, I did. Matter of fact, I'll tell you where I read them when Marcos kayfabe babe. Shout out to Marcos when he picked us up out in DC, and we went to the big comic book store out there in Annapolis, Maryland. While we were in there for a while, so I literally read the first 2 issues while we was in the store. No bullshit. And started to buy them because they were really fire, but then I seen, Rain just kind of take over everything. Anyhow, we're gonna get into one of our favorite parts of the show, and everybody's favorite part of the show, of course, when we talk about something that's not exactly wrestling related that we've been feeling this week or today or somewhere around that nature. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. I'm talking about that put over. You know what I'm talking about? So I'm gonna actually let Teak lead the way on this one. Teak, was there something this week that tickled your fancy? Pause.
Yeah, so what I've been watching lately has been the Mike Tyson show, Mike, on Hulu.
Yes, sir. Good show. Good show.
Yeah, I'm enjoying the show. I know a lot of people were sharing memes and pictures of a dude who's playing Mike Tyson and saying, "Oh, I can't believe they did Mike like this. Great value, Mike." And then, Mike Tyson himself was saying that, he don't sanction the show. Mm-hmm. Because I guess what Hulu did is they said that this is like an unofficial telling of his story. So it's shit that's obviously like made up, or they just know how situations that happen and they just act them out the way that they imagine them happening and maybe not what really went down. But as far as like the show though, I still enjoy the show. I think it's well acted. Trevante Rhodes, who plays Mike Tyson, is doing a real good job.
Phenomenal acting.
That's my man from Insecure, right?
Yeah. He was damn, who did he play in Insecure?
Let me check real quick.
I didn't even think about that. I thought I knew him from somewhere. And
is this the dude who she got with in it? Let me check his IMDb or his show credits real quick.
I'm like, does he look familiar from something? I didn't know whether it was Insecure or whether it was.
I'm seeing that he was in Moonlight.
Oh shit! Wow.
He was in I just say TV shows, but no, it don't look like that's him. But it say he was in Predator.
Oh.
Not the last Predator that came out before Prey. He was in that.
Oh, okay. What was that called? Was that called Predators?
It was called The Predator.
Oh, it was okay. Damn,
yeah.
I had to go back and watch that one then, no lie.
But yeah, it looked like he swole up in this show though. So
hell yeah.
And shit, I just got done watching. It's 2 new episodes right now because they just dropped last night. But I just finished watching the 3rd and 4th episode. So that's the episode where they was dealing with Robin Givens, and then the episode where they was dealing with, and the chick who was playing Robin Givens, she was fine.
She is very much so. I'm gonna make sure I get her name before the end of the stream.
Laura Harrier.
Laura Harrier. Shout out to Laura. And just want to side note, if I'm not mistaken, if this is the same actress I'm talking about, I also believe that that's baby girl from Spider-Man Far From Home and Spider-Man Spider-Man Homecoming and Spider-Man Far From Home. She was in both of those. That was his love interest before.
Oh, you talk about that she's Vulture's daughter?
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yep. Yep, that's her. Yep. So yeah, shout out to her, man.
She looked like she done grown since the movie.
Shit, the movies was a long time ago. Shit, Homecoming was what? I think 2017 sometime.
And then the 4th episode was mainly dealing with like Mike dealing with Don King, which was Hornsby.
Hell yeah, and that was a good episode. And he playing the hell out of Don King. I'm gonna be honest, he's playing the hell out of Don King, man.
Yeah, I think everybody so far has done a good job on it. And I'm just saying, it's out there. It's on Hulu. If you got Hulu, you got the option to watch it. You don't know Mike Tyson personally. So, I mean, he ain't going to beat your ass.
He ain't going to beat your ass for watching it. I wouldn't watch it directly in front of Mike, but
right. when you look, you gotta do like get him to the Greek, like Diddy said on there. He said, you better tell him you love African Child. I get up in the morning and I brush my teeth to African Child. The hell no, I don't listen to African Child. Don't you ever ask me that shit again.
When life gives you a Jeffrey Stroke the Furry Wall, classic film. But yeah, man, definitely go check that out. Teak is absolutely correct. I had my reservations on watching it. Gigi decided to turn it on one day, and from first episode, I was like, okay, this ought to be interesting. And honestly, man, you got to be able to have a little bit of something blown out of proportion for the general crowd. So, nothing wrong with a little bit of fact and a little bit of fiction. That's wrestling. So it makes for good TV. Absolutely. So please go check that out, Mike on Hulu. For myself, my put over this week technically is today, because today is National Star Trek Day. So happy Star Trek Day to all of my fellow Trekkies today. In the midst of a big conference that was streamed live on all of the social media platforms and StarTrek.com. There was a purple carpet event, and there was some reveals and some actor panels. We seen a little sneak peek in the filming process for Star Trek Discovery Season 5, which will be out early next year. There's a trailer now out for those of you who watch Star Trek Picard. There's a trailer for the third and final season of Star Trek Picard, which will see Picard reuniting with most of his crew from the Next Generation on a ship that looks like it's piloted by Seven of Nine, the former Borg queen, who now is a captain in Starfleet. So that's pretty crazy. So
check this out.
What's up?
I'm not a Star Trek fan.
Mm-hmm.
I don't watch Star Trek. You know that. Okay. I didn't watch the old Star Treks. I don't watch
the new ones. Right.
I watched the new movies, though. I did watch
those. The movies, yes.
But how do you feel about people saying that the Orville is the best Star Trek show on TV right now?
You know what? I'd be lying if I said it's not a fair argument for the casual fan. Trekkie's gonna trek regardless, but I also think that we can appreciate Seth MacFarlane and all of his genius doing something like this, that even though it's a comedy, it has some pseudo serious elements to it. You know what I'm saying? The special effects budget obviously is not on the level of a Star Trek series or movie at this point.
He's harkening back to like the William Shatner.
Yeah, exactly. That's what I'm saying. But he's making it fun, and that's and that's the cool part. So one of the things I could truly appreciate about the Orville is that, man, it's well written for essentially a satire on like classic Star Trek. And I never thought that I would see Seth MacFarlane in that light without him doing something, animated or something like that. No, Orville's a really good show, so it's a fair argument. I'm Star Trek forever,
but you prefer Lower Decks, huh?
Oh, Lower Decks is funny as hell. I watch them both. I watch Orville. I watch Lower Decks. Lower Decks is awesome. We never had a Star Trek animated series ever. We had the rehash of the cartoon that's based on the classic 60 shows is one thing, but we never had like a modern day animated series, and now we have two of them. thanks to the relationship between the Star Trek franchise and Paramount Plus. Not only do we have Star Trek The Lower Decks, which by the way is in its 3rd season, and I've been watching it and it's been funny as hell and dope, but also we have Star Trek Prodigy on Nickelodeon, which is really fire for the kids. So check that out too. Super dope. But man, just a big celebration. One thing I can say about the Star Trek franchise is diversity has always been up front. There's a really cool video that's out right now, and I'll share it with everybody on social media. There's a really cool video. They did like a video package dedication to the late great Michelle Nichols, who obviously was was a pioneer on the show. Black woman that her face on that show led her into actual opportunities with NASA and getting Black people to get involved with National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So happy Star Trek Day to all my fellow Trekkies. That's my put over for the day. Go watch everything Star Trek, and when I say everything, I literally mean everything on Paramount Plus. If you have Paramount Plus, you have every series, every movie from the beginning, every animated series. So
and if you can adopt the pit bull.
Yeah. Adopt anyway. Like don't purchase dogs. Adopt. There are many 4-legged friends out here looking for a home. There's been a lot of reports going on about a lot of shelters and things like that offering incentives for people adopting dogs. So yeah, definitely go do that. He's absolutely right about that. But yeah, man.
Just trying to give a shout out to Picard. You know he loves his pit bulls.
Hell yeah. On the real, Chateau de Picard, man. If you watch Star Trek Picard, that man owns a damn vineyard. I'm like, ooh, I want to go there so bad. He's the
vineyard, is that his in real life or just his on the show?
No, on the show, Chateau de Picard. That's kind of how season 1 of Picard kicks off, because you kind of see him in his vineyard.
And that nigga probably got one in real life too.
I wouldn't be surprised. You know what I'm saying? Sir Patrick Stewart probably does have a damn vineyard somewhere, man.
He needs somewhere for the dogs to run around.
Hell yeah. But yeah, man, that's put overs for today. As always, Matt Maniacs, please leave in the comments from wherever you watching. If you had anything in particular that you enjoyed this week, or if you just want to give us some wrestling commentary, which again, we have so much to talk about in the world of wrestling that we'll try to summarize within these next couple of hours. But Teak, were you about to say something?
That the put over was brought to you by the Action Figures Tour.
Yes.
We got Mega Ran, Penny the Great, Slop Funk Dust. They out on tour right now. As you know, Mega Ran is the creator of the Mania Podcast. So,
yeah, man.
Sure that you're looking him up on Instagram or Twitter. Follow him so that you can make sure that you catch the dates of the Action Figures Tour while it's near you. It's in Cleveland right now, right?
Yeah, they in Cleveland. He's going to Chicago at some point. They hitting the Midwest. Crazy. I was talking to Rand earlier, so yeah, it's really excited for him. Always excited to see our bros shining. Our lady Blurs, and I'm assuming this is V. Shout out to V, who's the voice of our Matt Mania intro. She says she checked out Dragon Ball superhero film, and I've heard nothing but good things.
I'm gonna check that out. I just ain't made it to go see it yet. I went to the movies this weekend, but I went to go see DC Super Pets.
I meant to ask you, how was that? I know you were taking.
Took my daughter to go see that for her first movie, to see how she would do with it. She still need a little bit more time. She ain't focused on the movie like that. Once she hit her popcorn and drank her drink, then it was like she was climbing all over me and not focused on the movie. I had to keep sitting her down and telling her to watch the movie. So, but the movie was good. I think if she was a little older, that she would have enjoyed it more. People kept thinking that this was like Pets 3, or that this already came out because it's got Kevin Hart in it.
Yo, I didn't even think about that initially.
Damn. Yeah, because he was a bunny or a rabbit in Pets, and now he's a dog in this one. But
Panda.
But it was good. It had The Rock in it too, and Kevin Hart and The Rock always doing shit together.
Always.
And yeah, you know, it was basically like all the pets in the pet store, not pet store, pound, or fuck do you call that shit? Rehabilitation pet
shelter.
Trying to rehabilitate those pets to the community.
Uh-huh.
But yeah, they all got powers, and then Superman's dog lost his powers, so he was learning how to be a regular dog, and he was trying to lead the pets and learning how to use their powers. And then spoilers, all of the Super Friends or the Justice League adopted all the pets at the end.
Oh, that's dope. Okay.
So now they all got pets. So it was basically like how Batman got Bat Dog now, or
whatever. That's lit. I actually do want to see that. I want to check it out. Like I said, that's gonna be one of them high kids watches, definitely. Because I go back and watch like the Disney Tarzan film occasionally, which I don't even think people realize that was as funny as it was.
Man, we will sit here and talk about movies all day.
We so
with the animated Tarzan movie, like how was he sliding across the trees barefoot? and he was doing that shit like he had rollerblades on or something. He was like just moving and grooving, and I'm like, dude, no, nothing sticking you in your foot. You just good, right? At the end of the movie, Jane was doing the shit with him. I was like, you only been here like 2 weeks. You telling me that you already got the tree sliding down with no splinters?
Oh no, that's all bad. Damn, man. Well, listen, let's get into a little bit of wrestling. I know what everybody probably want to hear us talk about, and I know we're gonna get into that.
A little bit of wrestling and a lot of bit of gossip.
God damn.
We probably should talk about Clash of the Castle first.
I was just about to say, me and you were definitely on the same page. I was saying let's get into something where the show was actually the star of the show. WWE Clash of the Castle pay-per-view, premium live event, Cardiff, Wales. Their first time over in the UK, I think. Their first time taking a major WWE event over there since WrestleMania 2, if I'm not mistaken. That was 1986, 87 sometime. So, man, blessings to WWE. Triple H over there making moves. Most of the staff after the first month of this new regime got updates to their status now. So Triple H's official position now is Chief Content Officer. That puts him over creative, over talent development, everything. So Chief Content Officer Paul Triple H Levesque. Shawn Michaels is now Vice President of Talent Development for WWE. Yeah, man, everybody getting new positions. People love that first month. So Clash of the Castle was almost like Clash of the Castle felt like another WrestleMania, did it not?
Well, I was going to say that people were talking about how it was crazy that DX is running WWE right
now. Man, that's been
they prophesized it. They foreseen it. All the way back in. They spoke it into existence, and now they running the show.
Yeah, man. You know,
it ain't the same. It ain't the same ones no more. You got Christian Shawn Michaels and
and nice Triple H.
nice Triple H. He nice because he had a heart attack.
You ain't shit.
He's trying to keep his blood pressure low.
Not his blood pressure.
Yeah, I think he's just trying to be smooth with everybody. He's just trying to be cool. We did the little interview. He was just cool about everything. He like, yo, I know I used to fuck y'all over, but I'm Triple H. I'm not I'm Trips now. And you know he pulled the MJF last night. He trying to be the nice guy, and so that he can get all the favors in for people that used to job to him.
Right. Hey, but whatever he's doing, I tell you what, he's doing a good job at it. Little minor changes, like those personalities, those wrestlers that had first names attached to their character, giving them back. You know, one of the things I was really
say names back. Look at that.
Talk about getting slayed.
Look at Master Trips on the plantation giving them boys their names back.
Bruh. Oh shit! Hey, drop a bomb.
Tommaso Ciampa. Your name is Ciampa, boy.
Wow.
Stop. Your name is Theory.
So you think if they re-signed Gargano while Vince McMahon was still around, he just would have been Gargano?
Yeah, and people would have thought he was Italian or something. Like,
people would have thought he was a Spice. Put some Gargano on my pizza.
Vince probably would have tried to dress him like a Mario brother.
No, not a Mario brother. Oh shit. Oh man!
Like when he had a dope costumes when he was coming out on takeovers, come out as Mario or Luigi.
I jumped a brick. I got a coin. Soundtrack by Stove God Cooks. But anyway, T-Gall, ladies and gentlemen. Oh man.
Make the brick do the pedigree.
Oh my God. Do the pedigree. I had to do the ad lib. I wouldn't forget myself. But one of the things I was really excited about at Imperium, the match that I already told you, I told all y'all that the match of that show, or one of the big matches of that show, was gonna be Sheamus and Gunther for the Intercontinental title. And everybody was talking about that after it happened. I told you that whole match was gonna hurt.
Well, also the reforming of Imperial.
That was the other
because of does that have to do with the whole disbanding of the NXT UK that you was talking about, and you were saying that they were going to be coming over to the States. So
a lot of the
Imperial. I haven't watched NXT since anything, or I mean, I guess he's not on NXT on the main show now, right? But did he come over to the main roster, or did he stay over there in the UK? The other dude from Imperial.
No. So the other person, now known as Giovanni Vinci, I forgot what his original name was, but but yeah, he's main roster bound now. There was a fourth member of Imperium, but he's not in WWE anymore, period, and hasn't been for quite some time. Yeah, man, it was crazy when homie got to getting ready to introduce Gunther, and then he had Giovanni right there, and he was like, yeah, first I want to introduce Giovanni Vinci. I'm like, no fucking way. And then the leader of Imperium, I'm like, what? They didn't brought. So, already, Triple H is like, man, people fucked with Imperium. I'm going to give them Imperium back. They were a draw. We're going to give them their re-debut as a crew here in the UK with this match with two people from the UK, both Sheamus and Gunther respectively. And again, that whole match hurt.
Hell yeah.
That whole match hurt. I went back and watched that match the other day. Oh man, it's bad because like Sheamus is like for real Irish. Like his skin is the same color as the StreamYard screen I'm looking at. So when he get chopped, when he get the bleeding and some serious shit go down, it's like, man, you see that shit. You have no choice but to see that shit. Gunther's an Austrian motherfucker. You know who else from Austria? Arnold motherfucking Schwarzenegger. So Gunther is Arnold Schwarzenegger, literally in a wrestling ring doing his thug dizzle. But man, that whole match hurt. What was you got a favorite moment from Clash of the Castle if you watched it?
I did watch it. You going through the whole thing, or you just want a moment from that match?
Oh, just well, let's talk about let's talk about any isolated moments from that match, or just any moments in general from the show that stuck out for you.
Because I mean, Sheamus was whooping Gunther's ass.
Yeah. Sheamus was getting his just due. Shout out to Josh. What up, Josh? What up, bro? God.
And I said that was great because I remember at one time when it was talks of Sheamus retiring.
Yeah.
To see Sheamus, and I mean, it's not like Sheamus ain't been doing his thing, but to have a barn burner like that, as they say, you know.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, man, it was that whole match was literally worth every penny. Like, if the pay-per-view was just that match, I'd have been perfectly fine with some exclusive event and that be the main. But no, I love that Gunther. I feel like he's bringing a certain type of prestige back to the Intercontinental Championship. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's like with his whole character and the whole Imperium mantra of the match.
His character is better when he got a squad. So
yeah. And their whole thing about the mat being sacred makes sense for him to be the one holding the Intercontinental Championship. I am the flagship of the world of professional wrestling with all of my skills.
He's trying to make it like the pure title.
Yeah, as it should be. And that's another crazy thing we'll get into later. That was so cool. But yeah, what else happened that I was really like smitten over? Of course, obviously, we know the payoff for what we expected to happen with the Mysterios and Edge and the Judgment Day. Dominic's a man now, baby.
Finally, about time they did something with him. He wasn't doing shit. They don't give a fuck about him, but I'm glad they turned him.
Very glad they turned him. But I love that it's been. Go ahead.
You would have turned Faria too, though.
Absolutely. Hey, friend. Yeah, absolutely.
Faria was trying to be your poppy.
Big facts. They don't see me nodding my head when they listen to this back. But yeah, big facts. And I
get the shit out of
not she pegged him.
Mm-hmm. You see, he gave her the kendo stick. He know what's what.
Right. She's like, no,
said,
you go
now
ahead.
You over.
you can give it to me. It's okay. Hey, man. And I almost feel like it's poetry in motion because with him, even just like with Dominic's hairstyle, like I almost feel like he's purposely wearing the Eddie Guerrero mullet. You feel me? Like I don't think that's just him wearing his hair. I literally think a lot of that is on purpose. And this whole storyline with this rift between him and his father circles back to when he was featured on television initially as a child. I really feel like this is all a full circle situation right now. And if it is,
to find out that that Eddie Guerrero was really his daddy,
or just to say like, you know, Uncle Eddie was there and you weren't. And...
Oh, fuck that! The same way that we found out that Kurt Angle had a black son, right here on WWE, that he been lying there saying he was his daddy the whole time.
That's hilarious. Oh man!
Right, so you trying to tell me that when you said Eddie was trying to kidnap me, that was really my daddy trying to take me home?
That's the whole vibe. I hope that the Judgment Day push does something cool for Dominic to the point to where maybe in like a a year or two, he can step out on his own as a true superstar and really get a groundwork cracking. As far as his in-ring work, he's polished. He just needs to develop a little more. His look, his persona on the microphone. We know he can work. You know what I'm saying? But I hope that the Judgment Day push really gives him that thing he's been missing.
He can do like Chavo used to do and be anti-Mexican, like not in a racial way.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, stop doing luchador shit and just wrestle regular, you know?
That's big facts.
The same way the Dudleys used to like not remember during the time when they used to not use tables.
Mm-hmm.
Fans would chant for them and they was being such heels, they would be like, no, we not using the tables because y'all
right.
So
and so they expect him to do like a lucha flip or some shit like that. And he like, nah, and then he just stomps him. kind of like what Roosh does when he'll tease doing his finisher early on in the match, and then he'll stop himself and just kick the motherfucker in the face with the one foot. Hell yeah. Wow. Yeah, it was a lot of great moments. I definitely Drew and Roman. Man, and as soon as they said that that homie was coming up,
Theory getting punched in the face.
Oh, Austin Theory getting punched in the face by Tyson Fury. Austin Theory, Tyson Fury. These motherfuckers all sound like Tekken characters now. But yeah, that was a fun moment. I really feel like Austin Theory's just being like buried. Like, dude, you're not just gonna be just pushed up to the top guy like Vince thought you were. No, nope. We ain't doing that around here. We don't do that around here. Rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. But also the Drew and Roman match was crazy. And then when they said like a couple of weeks prior that Solo Sikoa coming up from NXT was like imminent, I'm like, if me and Rand talked about this over Jimmy John's, for those of y'all watching and listening, if Roman was gonna retain the title, this would be the way that he does it. And much to my surprise, but not surprise, Solo Sikoa comes in, make sure that his cuz keeps the belt. Now for those of y'all that just going to show you that blood is thicker than water. For those of y'all that don't know who Solo Sikoa is, he also used to wrestle under the name Safer Fatu. He is the younger brother of the Usos. This is Joseph out of Jonathan Joshua, Rikishi's youngest boy, and he's a bruiser just like the other two. So yeah, super, super, super dope. And I can't wait to see what he does as a member of the bloodline in the main roster, especially considering that we still got this whole tie-in with Sami Zayn, which is funny as hell, by the way. That whole angle has been hilarious. Sami has been doing some of his best material ever, being this bloodline member. What you think, T?
Yeah, but it's gonna lead to him and Kevin Owens getting back together and them facing the Usos. So, I mean, that's going to be good.
That's good is an understatement to see.
They'll probably give them the titles because the Usos didn't have them for a long time. So that'll
Kevin and Sami, yes.
Yeah, them getting back together and being best friends forever until Kevin Owens turns on them later on.
I knew that was coming.
Circle of life.
Let's get my holy shit Jan on that one. That's all we waiting on. Mm-hmm. When he get power bombed on the apron again. Yeah, man. Clash of the Castle. Listen, for those of you, if you do not have
I was saying like he's still gonna turn on them, but yeah. while they're a tag team. And hopefully we get DIY as a tag team, and then we can get Kevin Owens and Sami Zayn versus DIY.
Hell, man. Too many possibilities because now Triple H is paying attention and kind of loosely giving the people what they want without saying that's what he's doing. So all of that, the sheer thought of all of that is like, yo, that's actually a possibility at this point. It's not just...
He also giving us what he wants.
Yeah.
He was saying about him having the biggest sandbox with all the toys. It's like now that he ain't got nobody else in the sandbox he got to share the toys with, he can do whatever he want with them.
Absolutely. That's
this person, he can make this person go against this person.
Quality take two.
He needs some help with the names though, because damage control is whack.
What? Damage control? No, hold on. I like damage control. I'm sorry. That name hard as hell. I very much like damage. And the fact that they're spelling it with the CTRL, like the button. Yeah, that shit's hard.
Yeah, like they're trying to control their narrative.
Exactly. Oh man, but no, damage control is hard. That's a hard faction name, especially because you already don't see a lot of, you see more women tag teams than you do factions. So you got a women's faction with a dope name. There's no particular gimmick to them being a faction other than they want to take control back of the women's roster. And Bailey is just the right person to lead EO and Dakota into some wins as they've been getting it cracking. It's been wonderful, man. So they picked up a win at Clash, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, they off to a great start. I look forward to seeing what they do with it. Very dope. He's so stupid. Joshua says damage control is plan B after failing to pull.
Right, like what damage they controlling?
They say the damage that's been done to the women's roster. They at least that's how they feel anyway. But either way, definitely go check that pay-per-view out. Clash of the Castle was fire. Peacock Premium, WWE section. Go stream that.
Was there any fallout from Raw about it? I mean, we do have.
Oh man. Oh yeah. So let's talk about. So let's go right into Monday Night Raw.
Somebody said the worst kept secret in wrestling because everybody knew he was returning.
Yeah. Well, they didn't really.
Well, no, they had to announce it because everybody knew. So they even just let you know, like, yeah, he'll be on Raw.
Absolutely. But what was still great is I feel like even with everybody knowing, he still got a great pop on Monday Night Raw, man. Yeah, man, we seen the return of Adam Scherr, aka Braun Strowman, as Braun Strowman, back to WWE again. First of all, if you've seen the little bit of the work that he did on the independent scene through all this time he's been gone, I'm so happy that he cut that shit off the side of his head. Did you see the spikes that he was wearing on the two ends? Yeah, he was making bald head dudes look real suspect for quite some time. I need him to never do that again, seriously. But he came through. He dealt a couple of choke slams. He was already looking that way just before he left WWE in terms of just him slimming up and bulking up. He really looks good now. And then I'm sure he's happy to be back on the roster with his girl because he dates Raquel Rodriguez in real life. So,
well, I thought I heard that they broke up.
Oh, did they? See, that's new. That will be new information to me. Whoops. Yikes.
I heard it was that new age unfollow each other on Instagram breakup.
That shit. Well, best of luck to them both. But either way, we got Braun Strowman back. So do you feel like, are we setting up for I think you had mentioned this before, with Braun Strowman returning, do you think we're gonna see possibly a Bray Wyatt return sometime in the foreseeable future?
I mean, I would hope, but I don't know the way that they did it because they brought Braun back as his own man. So I don't know. Maybe when Bray comes back, maybe Braun will help him win a match or something like that, and then we'll see that Braun is back with him. But I mean, do Braun look too clean to be in the Wyatt family now?
I mean, not with the Fiend character. He could just be an evil, handsome dude. There's a lot of those around.
Man, I don't want them to bring the Fiend back. I want them to bring the Buzzard back.
Oh, just flat out Bray Wyatt. I don't know. I feel
something to bring that back.
Yeah, I enjoy him more as a microphone personality than just kind of being in the mask and doing all that. I prefer that Bray Wyatt. You're absolutely right. I completely agree.
Mic work is too good. That's why people like the Firefly Funhouse, because that's trying to hear Bray be Bray without the Fiend mask.
Yeah. Absolutely, man. I need that Bray back, definitely.
But now, who knows what they're bargaining or what they're trying to figure out? Maybe trying to figure out the right time, a big moment to bring Bray back, or something like that. Because I feel like Bray is somebody that you just bring back willy nilly, you know.
Mm-hmm. Absolutely. We got a good question. How many people you think from AEW will go back to WWE with all the drama going on, and now that Triple H is more controller creative? I mean,
we think Bobby Fish is trying to go back.
Right. Bobby Fish left on his own terms, leaving Kyle O'Reilly and Adam Cole and AEW by themselves.
And on an interview, a podcast or some shit, he was sucking trips off, how great he was. I think he's trying to leave that back door open.
Wait. Bruh. Which part? Because I forgot. About the people, how many people. Oh yeah, absolutely. So no. Gigi brought up a good point. She brought. It's funny because before Josh even chatted that and before we streamed today, Gigi actually brought up that point yesterday. With all of the AEW drama that we'll get into in just a second. Now how appealing, next to Triple H being in charge of everything, now how appealing is the WWE creative notion looking right now. So only time will tell.
Got contracts over there. They ain't going nowhere.
Yeah.
Unless Tony Khan decide to let you go. If you under contract and he think you beneficial, then you ain't going nowhere. If you somebody like Bobby Fish, who I don't know if his contract was up or he just let him out of his contract, but people who not doing much, somebody not going to care about letting them go. You can go back and have fun with Triple H all you want to. That don't mean that you're going to be a star over in that company, but I mean, like MJF ain't going nowhere. He's still. I mean, he talking all that shit, but if his contract is up and he want to go, he can. But he ain't going nowhere before the end.
Yeah, and honestly, I think him mentioning the him being released in 2024 and everything like that is just all part of the character anyway. I think he gonna renew his contract in 2024. He is one of the pillars of AEW. He's one of they solid homegrown dudes. So I would almost be upset to see him go somewhere else just because he's such a good heel. And man, that energy in AEW is well wanted and needed. And speaking of heaters that that Tony Khan is trying to keep around, one of them might be expendable.
Fuck it. Let's talk about
let's talk about it, because man.
Let's discuss the show and then the aftermath.
Yeah, definitely. Let's discuss the show first. Somebody has to.
Well, I don't know. It's like things got to be discussed in fluidity, because I can't talk about one without talking about the other. Because if we talk about the trios tournament final, well, we had some winners, and now we got some new winners. So
damn. All right. So, well, fuck
you
it.
You can't take it away from Kenny Omega and the Young Bucks, the Elite. They are the inaugural AEW Trio champions. They won it first.
They are. But
one day, the true champions won that shit, who I feel like should have won it anyway.
Hey, Death Triangle.
Woo! So nice little reset and fix on that. Unfortunately, we had to get some suspensions in order to make that happen.
That's pack 2 belts. Somebody said 2-pack earlier.
Yeah, I heard somebody call them 2-pack.
Hell yeah, man. All Atlantic champion and trios champion alongside the Lucha Bros. Yeah, they gonna definitely make them belts fun for sure. Yeah,
Right.
man. That all came, of course, as a result of a major news headline, something that shook the wrestling world, as CM Punk has known to do once or twice, but this was really like this was a little cringe worthy.
These the only important matches to talk about. We talked about the trios. Now let's talk about the heavyweight championship.
Right. So we gotta talk about the world title picture. So as far as the match goes, yeah, we seen CM Punk and Jon Moxley wrestle a full match. It was fire on all sides. It was some back and forth action. From what I understand, CM Punk, I believe, tore his pectoral muscle on an outside dive, so that sucks. But he still wrestled the whole match. Still got it. His pec.
Okay.
Yeah. So still ended up wrestling the whole match. We seen that really dope.
Damn dives.
Yeah, man. Real talk.
Dive.
You could dodge a wrench. You could dodge a ball. Yeah, man. I don't know.
To be doing all them damn dives. Like Punk the most shit next to Bobby Fish. Punk the most injured man in AEW. Like
oh my soul.
Like you just had a broken foot. You just got fixed and came back and got injured again. Nigga, you won. Like I said, wash, rinse, repeat. You won the title, got hurt, dropped the title, came back, won the title, got hurt, dropped the title.
Just all bad on all sides at all out, man.
And if I was Jon Moxley, I'd be extra fucking pissed. Mm-hmm. I'd be like, nigga, I was the champ. You came back to beat me to drop it.
Yeah. So it's like regardless of whether or not the media scrum happened or not, and however they might be looking at him, he would still be
had to drop it anyway.
Right. He would still be out. They talking about 6 to 8 months on the shelf. And whether
I was saying that he might have been going off like that because he knew he was hurt, or like just being upset because of that, you know, like you feel if you hurt, you feel if something is wrong. You like, goddamn, I just came back, I just won this shit, and now I know I'm hurt again. I just start pitching a bitch.
It might. I mean, it's possible, but what still doesn't change the fact that All Out, it wasn't their best All Out, but it was still really dope. We seen a really exciting tag match, by the way, with the Acclaimed and Swerve in Our Glory, which they will be running back at the Dynamite Grand Slam in.
Oh yeah, that was like a 4-star match.
That was
they had a good ass match, but you trying to get back to the wrestling. I'm trying to get back to the fuck shit.
Oh no. I was just saying as an example.
They said the Young Bucks super kick Kenny Omega. CM Punk's door down after the media scrum.
So from there, and finally the report came out on their side of the thing. They're saying that the Young Bucks actually didn't come at him with no sort of aggression. They knocked on his locker room door and they kind of just like came in when they seen the door was unlocked. They wasn't on no aggressive shit, but they said Punk immediately just started throwing hands as soon as he seen him.
Hey nigga, your name ain't on this locker room.
Your name ain't on the locker.
Walking in my locker room, okay. Y'all man. Spice, y'all walking in my place, right?
And then Kenny came in there to get the dog out of the way of all the bullshit, and then he ended up getting caught in Ace Steel, who's Punk's boy that works for AEW. He was in there. He didn't bid somebody.
B-trigger.
A suplex or whatever. Yeah, you know, with all the steam behind Punk, it just wasn't the time or place. That was the time for you to put over Jon Moxley, talk about how incredible of a match that was, talk about MJF coming back. That was the time to do that. Like, he completely took the steam away from what was essentially like a 3.75 out of 5 as far as wrestling pay-per-views go. and he took that steam and one fucking panel completely destroyed everything by airing out his personal issues with Scott Colton, aka Colt Cabana, with the EVPs, Hangman Page and the Bucks, and it's just like, dude, and I love Punk. I'm Chi-Town to the core. I love CM Punk. Been loving him for many years, but I gotta agree with Josh on this. It's like, man, be cool, dog. You just got back. You ain't got it like that. And then my whole
fans are fickle, okay? Wrestling fans are fickle.
Very.
Just sucking CM Punk's dick when he was with FTR.
Right.
And everybody was in love. Oh my God, when he was telling the story. I just read it on Twitter talking about I got beat up by these two guys one summer, and then we rode bikes the whole summer, and that was FTR or something. Like they didn't know each other since they was kids or whatever. And people are like, oh my God, somebody needs to make this movie and all this other type shit. And now all of a sudden y'all are like hashtag fire CM Punk. Get the fuck out of here. Y'all don't do nothing to get worked in the shoots and get shoot works thrown at y'all. And that's what I'm saying. Like it ain't nothing. People don't like each other. That's fine. Y'all, you don't like people at your job all the time. That don't mean shit. We still got to work together and make money. So firing CM Punk, I don't think is the right thing to do.
Nah,
suspending him just like you suspended everybody else is fine. It's fucked up that they got suspended if CM Punk started to fight because now they had to drop their titles because of CM Punk's issues and attitudes backstage. But
absolutely.
Hopefully everybody gets their shit together, just like MJF. He's back, but I'm sure when he left that it was real tension between him and Tony Khan, and shit had to get eased over. And part of that was, hey, why don't you take a vacation?
Yeah, straight up. Like I don't think firing him would necessarily be the answer neither. Just like you said, he got to be out anyway with the injury. So for however long it'll take him to rehab on his injury, 6-8 months,
and he still got to come back and finish the feud with MJF. So
he has no, just do him like that. He has no ties to the company. Malachi Black, for example, he has what they call a conditional release. So he's apparently going through some mental health issues, and it is a serious thing because he also had an indie date, a couple of indie dates that he was supposed to fill, and along with exiting AEW after All Out, he also had to cancel them indie dates as well. So I definitely don't believe it's just some ploy just for him to get back in the arms of Triple H. They gave him a conditional release, meaning that meaning that he always got an open door to come back to AEW. So that part
is like it's you're playing a sport like a sport that don't end. Like basketball gets seasons off, football gets seasons off, wrestling don't. And they traveling and they fighting. It's their body, it's their mind, it's how they're getting pushed, how their character is being portrayed. Like there's so much shit that probably weighs on them that a vacation is needed at some point.
It is. I completely agree with that. They don't, like you said, they don't get 6-7 months off like football players and basketball players.
Even though CM Punk is going to be rehabbing and doing all this other shit, I feel like he came back real fast after his foot got better.
Yeah.
So it's like you out, but you out with an injury. You out rehabbing. You're not just like MJF had it the best because he was able to just leave and he wasn't hurt. He wasn't on the shelf. He just was not there.
I do agree with this statement. He says they're too good at the shoots for promos and how they twist the real beef in with certain parties. The fact that Tony sees this as a gold mine, he won't necessarily shoot him in the foot. But with that said, Tony doesn't have a good enough grip on some things, and the way the drama's coming out could jeopardize the whole deal with Warner Discovery.
To comment on that, I think that's why Jericho said what he said on Dynamite. He said that about him being the locker room general, basically. He said that in saying, y'all better get this shit together. I'm about to get this shit together.
Yeah. And I know he is
around for too long. Obviously, he done been there since the beginning of AEW, but all of his travels and everything, it's like you lucky to have such a tenured person in the locker room like that, the same way like Undertaker used to be at WWE.
Absolutely.
So I'm sure after all of this shit and seeing how that could jeopardize the whole shit with people in the back doing fuck shit like that, y'all got to get control over the locker room.
Yeah, I'm sure Christian Cage will probably feel the same way. Unfortunately, he's out with an injury as well. He got 6 to 8 months on the shelf. Him and I wanted to see more of him and Jungle Boy at All Out. It was a quick match, but it was a dope match nonetheless. Man, I hate that he got to be shelved too. But hopefully when he come back, I would assume he would talk some motivation into these young guys. And we all said on Wednesday, like, this could either be the best Dynamite ever, or they could fall under the weight of all of their main stars being gone. Turns out they made the best out of a fucked up situation. And this past Wednesday's episode of Dynamite was fire. And obviously, just like we talked about, we seen Death Triangle, Pac and the Lucha Bros take the trios titles now. And
I mean, they did a smart thing with Jack Perry, because they obviously knew Christian was injured already, so then they decided to make a Luchasaurus heel, so that he's got a feud while Christian is on the show.
Smart.
So they're gonna go ahead and do that. And also, I want to say, the last time that we were podding and we discussed All Out, I said that Hobbs should beat the shit out of Ricky Starks, which he did.
He sure did, man. Yeah, man. That was interesting.
Ultimate heel and ultimate babyface work. That's going to be them.
Yeah,
Hobbs and Ricky Starks.
I love Ricky's new gear, by the way. It looked like he was coming out there with motorcycle pants on and some shit. Them shits was hard.
I can't believe we ain't even talked about Action Bronson.
We gonna get into that. That was my that was my next thing.
You got a whole AEW rap segment,
man. That was the icing on the cake. I that was like the last thing I was gonna talk about in terms of AEW, because man, the icing on the cake on this was first of all, shout out to the homie West Side motherfucking Gun.
Yeah, but that was on Dynamite though. Action was on.
Oh, I'm sorry. My bad. So, Action first. Sorry. Action Bronson first.
Everybody know Hook comes out to Action Bronson's music. Chairman's intent.
Chairman's intent. Yep.
And
you don't even know me.
And this was on the pre-show though for All Out, which the pre-show was called what?
All Out 0 Hour.
0 Hour. So Hook won his match. He won the battle but lost the war because he then got jumped after his match by members of the Jericho Appreciation Society. And then here comes Action Bronson flying out the crowd.
Action Bronson came out the front row, got in the ring, got to toss him off.
Working out and losing weight for nothing.
He got to toss him.
This was in the contract. I said Hook can use my music as long as I get to beat somebody's ass. and he came in and cashed in and collected. Man. And he about to get in a pay-per-view.
Word?
I mean, isn't that a premium live event?
Man, listen.
I thought that's what they said, that it's gonna be him and Hook versus them two in New York.
What?
So what's the next pay-per-view that
the next big event, which is not exactly a pay-per-view, but it is still one of their big events, is the Dynamite Grand Slam and the Rampage.
Yeah, that's where it's gonna be at.
Oh shit. Yo, that's crazy.
Doing a tag match with Hook and Bronson versus them two. And I keep saying them two. What's their names?
Cool Hand Ange, Angelo Parker, and Daddy Magic Matt Menard of the Jericho.
So Cool Hand Luke and okay, I see, and that's why they wearing suits and shit. They think they're grifters. Okay, okay,
absolutely. Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange. Yeah, man.
I think they pull sharks. I got you.
Dude, I'm geeked about that. I didn't even know that part, that was what was supposed to be happening.
Yeah,
Bronson finna be in there.
If you go on AW's Instagram, I think they got it pinned, the video where it's Action Bronson and Hook and
Right.
the dudes from JAS challenging
okay, they're gonna have the match. Hell yeah. Bronson gonna get to tossing motherfuckers around. I'm super geeked about that.
So
Very
we got
dope
that going on. And then obviously with the other rap shit, we got the Acclaim. So I want to go back to the Acclaim's match with Swerve and Our Glory that you was talking about.
Absolutely.
4-star match.
All
Everybody loves the Acclaim.
Everybody.
Acclaim is fucking over. And the people wanted them to win that night. People were booing Swerve and Keith Lee because they won.
And that's crazy because name a time in your life, as long as you've been watching Keith Lee, whether it be indie, WWE, or whatever, literally name a time where Keith Lee has ever been booed. Completely different surroundings, man. When you come to the Chi, they want what they want, and they don't give a fuck how over you are.
But how crazy is it how much Billy Gunn is over?
Man,
like,
Billy
all over again.
Man, he let them young boys build him into being probably more over now than he's probably ever been as a solo act in his entire wrestling career.
But I wouldn't count him as a solo act because he with the Acclaim. He's daddy ass right now. But they chanting daddy ass. They not chanting for your kid.
Acclaim. Right.
Not your kid. And they stopped chanting for the Acclaim and they was chanting daddy ass. Like Billy Gunn is fucking over.
Yeah, man. But he got to thank the Acclaim for that, because I'm sure all of that was their idea. Like, man, you the ass man. You got to be.
It's pink and black instead of green and black right now.
Absolutely. And
daddy ass and scissor me daddy ass, like we was talking about that being a new suck it. Like it's all the same beats of like fucking DX.
And there's a listen, I want a scissor me daddy ass shirt. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah, me too.
Random high question for the day. If you could bring back any dead musical artist and have them be a wrestler, who would you choose? Good question out the crowd. I don't know. What you say to that? That's interesting. A dead artist and bring them back as a wrestler? Well, we already have a Michael Jackson impersonator out wrestling right now, so that kind of already fulfills my Santana Jackson. Shout out to him.
I don't know. Meatloaf, ain't he dead?
Yo, I think he is.
I'll bring him back so that he could play his role that he played in Rocky Horror Picture Show.
Oh,
like the dead zombie biker.
What didn't Meatloaf also do the I would do anything for love? Is that his song?
I think that's him too.
Yeah. You got to come out to that. That's the whole. Now,
my ass question was asked. We was about to get to Dynamite.
Yes,
the West Side Gun.
Oh my God,
West Side Gunhausen.
Boom, boom, boom.
So give them a round of applause. Give them the loud round of applause.
Oh yeah, big crowd shit, big crowd energy. Let's go. Yep.
Give them the boom, boom, booms and the do, do, doots.
Boom, 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 boom.
And all that, because he done been at every fucking AEW pay-per-view pretty much. Front row, there, just doing it for the culture. Everybody saying, yo, when you gonna get your shine? When you gonna get your shine? He's like, yo, I'm just there because I love the shit. I'm just there politicking, blah, blah, blah.
Mm-hmm.
And I mean, they knew who he was, and he been hanging out backstage. He just ain't been getting no TV love. But shit, that's even better, though, because he probably been building those connects and those relationships behind the scenes. Not to mention you got wrestlers there that's from Buffalo. So it only makes sense. I'm sure Daniel Garcia pulled for West Side Gun to be able to do that as well.
And the Butcher and the Blade and Bunny.
Right. So for them to be there, a row and a half deep, all red hoodies, and then West Side Gun coming out, I was shocked about that. I thought he was just gonna be in the crowd. I didn't know he was about to come out and perform.
Nah,
So
they gave him his just due.
He got his moment. He got to come out to. I mean, shit. I done got that moment before. Rand done got that moment. Of course, me and Rand did it at ROH. We got to come out while Rand performed and walk down the ramp. Rand done did it at Madison Square Garden. Westside Gunn was there to see that, and
Hell
now
yeah.
come around full circle. Westside Gunn getting his moment where he get to come down the actual ramp with the mic, rapping, bringing him to the stage. And after the cameras went off, Garcia brought him in the ring.
Yeah, well, yeah, I did see that.
Saw that clip, but yeah,
I did.
He brought him in and gave him his shine inside the ring.
Man, I'm talking about as a West Side Gun fan, I was just really happy to see him get that stage time and get that just due. He was up there doing Dr. Birds. I love Dr. Birds. But yeah, that essentially became Daniel Garcia's entrance. Like, damn, like just like even if it was just for that one night, Garcia came out there ready to fight to Dr. Birds, and it was just a good look. Like it was just like, ooh, this is crazy.
The Dragon Slayer.
Yes, sir, man. Blessings to Gunn. Shout out to Gunn. First of all, also not only you were talking about the red hoodies, yo, those were some custom GXFR hoodies with the bleed. Yeah, not for sale, with the bleeding bunny on them. Like, dude, those are fire. Like, damn, he got that fashion shit. Like, he got that shit, man.
And that was also a good match between Yuta and Daniel Garcia. And man, such a good move taking Yuta from the Best Friends and putting him with the
BCC
Blackpool Combat Club.
Yes, indeed.
Because he's becoming a star in his own right. That he was out of place. I always thought he was out of place with the Best Friends.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah, nah, he's a wrestler, and he needed to be with a crew of people that like to wrestle, that love that competition. And then you had him and Garcia wrestling under Pure Rules for that belt. And for those of you that may not be familiar with Ring of Honor or may not be familiar with Pure Rules, you got to see it in such a you got to see it in like its best form yesterday. Because him and Daniel Garcia are two of the best at that shit right now. And it was a great move with Garcia taking the belt to a big celebration at home with the confetti. And man, like big win.
And Bryan Danielson coming in and putting
yes, the American Dragon,
showing him that wrestlers respect each other, and this is your big moment, and we ain't got no beef, and you beat me, but I'm here to celebrate you still.
Absolutely.
You know? Unlike Jericho, who didn't want to be here to celebrate you. That's what the point was, you know?
Yeah, exactly. And so
even though what's his name? Fuck, lost my train of thought. What's his name keeps saying that they want him in the BCC, but they don't want him because they
William Regal.
Yeah, William Regal.
They like the competition.
But it's like, is he going to eventually be with the BCC, or is this just going to be to split him up from the Jericho Appreciation Society? Because you hear the crowd chanting, "You're a wrestler!" Like
he is.
He know he a wrestler.
I mean, what's great about the Blackpool Combat Club is, despite the fact that they're a faction, they all still operate fully individually, especially like, for example, Claudio Castagnoli with the Ring of Honor World Championship and whatnot. So I think even if you do make him a member of the Blackpool Combat Club, that is still not going to interfere with Daniel Garcia being like a great solo star. I think right now, whether he joins the BCC or not, I just think he needs to focus on being one of the biggest. He got the pure title now. Like, you got to be.
It's crazy with the amount of time, with the amount of wrestling that he's done. Yo, did he just sign his AEW contract?
Who, Garcia?
Yeah.
No, he been signed.
I saw somebody post his Daniel Garcia is all elite, and like the Tony Khan message from him, making it seem like he been wrestling not contracted this whole time, and
he been under contract because him and Daddy Magic and Cool Hand Ange, when they were known as 2.0, they all got signed around the same time. Remember, they all were with each other.
So I was gonna say that I like Daniel Garcia more than I like Sammy Guevara. And they've made people care about Daniel Garcia and his story and him having this pure title. But Sammy Guevara had the TNT title a bunch of times, so nobody give a fuck. He's the mixed tag champion right now. Don't nobody care. So I mean, but I feel like it's weird that in this tournament of champions or whatever, that you got 2 people from the BCC and 2 people from JAS in it.
And again, that's the and again, that's the thing I was thinking about, because remember I was just saying that even though the BCC is a faction, all of the individual members still operate as individuals, and they still want them belts, and they still want that fire too. And the nature of the group is sometimes that may make them go against each other. So like, that's the mode. Motherfuckers got to fight that out. It's blood, guts, and respect over there at the BCC. You just got to be ready for that. I'm sure they.
Let's stop calling it the BCC, man.
What? It ain't the BBC, my nigga. real quick, I want to put this up here.
You said it ain't the BBC?
Yeah, it ain't that. Josh, you damn fool.
BCC. Okay, not the
yeah, man. Right. Blackpool Combat Club, not Blackpool Bombat Club.
Not the British Broadcasting Channel.
No, and certainly not that other thing, because I don't think it's a black member in that entire faction. Bruh. Anyway, so in short, WWE's getting better. AEW is a controlled mess.
To keep it together,
right? AEW is a controlled mess, and wrestling as a whole is just super crazy right now. Just side note about wrestling in general. Impact, we're seeing Mickie James on her final run. Came out and cut a promo and announced that like this is her, this her big go home run. So, super excited and blessings to her. We've all seen her for multiple promotions or whatever. But anyway, with that being said, so in honor of Rock Knowledge, who isn't with us tonight, we gotta do a burial.
Well, Rock ain't the burial person. Rock is the snack person.
Rock is the snack person. You're the burial person. Okay. So with that being said, because y'all, I don't know if be trading off and I'll be losing my train of thought.
With that being said, we're gonna bury those muffins that CM Punk. All that sugar must have got him turned up when he went to the locker room. I don't know what it was. He had a whole garbage bag full of soda that he was drinking, and a box full of muffins. And obviously, that's not the pregame snack or the postgame snack that somebody needs, because it done lost his whole mind and made him lose his whole championship.
Sugary muffins, never a good thing at a media scrum.
I don't know if you saw the clip that I had posted on the Mad Mania page. It was BoJack Horseman with the muffins.
Yeah.
And I said, this is...
Bro, I cried on my soul. I cried. When I say I cried, because I love BoJack Horseman. That was one of my early favorite, like when Netflix really started doing like original animated series, BoJack was one of their earlier ones, and I was flying the flag for BoJack when wasn't nobody paying attention. So I seen that and I was like, oh, this man's stupid, because I remember that.
Like that was pre-match how Punk got his muffins.
Drop you stupid. Wait a minute. Jim Ross. Hold on. Hey man, speaking of broken in half, I hope that first of all, I hope two things. Number one, I sincerely hope that this is that maybe not the fight part, but I hope that we've all been duped into like a reality-based work, and that hopefully in a few months this can all be behind us. I don't want to see CM Punk get fired. However, the media scrum was not the place to air your dirty laundry about Colt Cabana, who don't nobody even hardly see unless Tony's doing an ROH event at this point. So hopefully if they just suspend him, and if he comes back healthy and doing a thing, he probably have to rise from the from a little bit lower on the card, but it's just one of those things that has to be done. And hopefully he'll learn his lesson out of that, or whatever the situation may be. I don't want to see none of them I don't want to see none of them do that anymore. G, put your blanket on. I can see you all on my camera. Yeah, man. Wow. Wrestling's just been a crazy mess, and it's just it's so much to get into in terms of that. But I just hope and pray to God that AEW continues to put on a quality show, focusing on the stars that they got there, that are working, that are doing their thing, and regardless of any personal issues, that everybody's just making the best television program possible, because it looked like WWE coming back for that ass again. So
hey, and I'm not mad about it.
Yeah, I'm not mad about it either.
Good wrestling on both sides mean good wrestling for me.
That man. Need we say more?
So go ahead and clear your throat and get your singing voice together.
Because we got a Mad Mania snack of the week.
So I don't think either one of us was prepared due to Rock telling us that he wasn't showing up until later. So okay. I would say give it to Serena, right? Didn't she just retire?
Oh yeah, Serena Williams, man. Legend, man. The GOAT. The Michael Jordan of
that's demeaning. Okay, let's not do that. To say what you was about to say, she the Michael Jordan of tennis.
I was gonna say that. Why is that demeaning?
Because maybe Michael Jordan is the Serena of basketball. See, you gotta think about those things.
Oh boy, here you go.
Michael
Jordan is the Michael Jordan of everything.
He's just the GOAT of tennis. That's what it is. I heard it was somebody that's got more Grand Slams than her. One
but it
more.
Ain't
I
the
think
same.
She got 23 and she got 24 or something.
So
but I read the whole article about that lady, and I was like, "Oh, her shit is fraud."
Right.
She ain't no champ.
Yeah, absolutely.
trying to talk shit about Serena, talking about I've always admired her, but she hasn't admired me. Bitch, shut up. You 85.
But yo, congratulations to Serena Williams on an incredible career behind the net, doing a damn thing.
She alluded that it might be some chances of her coming back, but not in full capacity. So she probably will play in like some celebrity tournaments or
as she should,
something like that. She's earned her right, and she still is in shape to do so. But
as she should,
she's also earned her right to put the racket down right now and go enjoy her family. Make a family and do whatever it is that she want to do,
she didn't made the family. You got the baby, got the husband. She doing it all right now. Probably
she pulled that Eve on us that you was talking
about. Exactly. Another one that got away.
Girl.
Another one that got away, man. Fuck. Damn. But
man, y'all keep letting the rich ones get away.
Y'all letting the quiet.
Y'all supposed to keep them over here to keep that money in the black community.
Y'all letting the quality ones escape. They already did that with Eve. And now they did it with Serena. They done did it with Tamara Mowry. Actually, she did that. So anyway, that's another conversation. But yeah, blessings to Serena Williams. Good luck.
She is definitely snackalicious. I mean, she's a whole meal, but you can take a piece of that and have a snack.
Oh man, definitely. As long as she take off that makeup. But anyway, I'm just talking shit. Love you, Serena. But we're gonna go ahead and get up out of here, man. We appreciate everybody on here for rocking with us. Of course, you could have been anywhere else in the world. Do we have any final thoughts, Teak?
Wrestling is fun, man. Wrestling is crazy. It's made the group chat alive the past couple weeks.
Shit. Everybody's talking about wrestling,
including
the people that don't even watch.
The fact that y'all are going to get a return episode of the Steel Cage, I've heard that they're recording tonight.
Yeah,
because of all the wrestling hoopla. So I mean, y'all bringing podcasts out of retirement.
Y'all brought the Steel Cage out, man. Blessings to our sister podcast, Steel Cage, man. Much love to the guys. Yeah, they got a lot to talk about too. So you can listen to us, you can listen to them. You got options.
Find us on Geekscape Network.
Geekscape.net. Shout out to the homie Matt.
Them my boys over there getting it geeky. Peoples. One of them got a movie that he said is being screened right now. So we'll share more information of that.
Hell yeah. And blessings again to Mega Ran on having Tractor Beam from Live 95 placed in Clerks 3. That's public information. Clerks 3 is out or about to be out from what I understand officially. So
Ran released that information already. He posted the video of Kevin Smith singing Tractor Beam.
Hell yeah. Yeah. So now I'm talking about as far as the movie, I don't know, is the movie in theaters or it's about to be, it's like
I think it's I don't think that the theater blah 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 blah. I don't know if it's in theaters all at once or if it's releasing or if they're going on a road show where it's like it'll be
in select theaters wherever they show up to do the premieres or whatever, which would be cool. And then they'll let it bubble for a minute and probably send it to streaming and rack up the numbers there. Cause I think they set out to do what they wanted to do. And that's cool. It's funny. Cause speaking of Clerks, Rosario Dawson said she would be willing to return as the night nurse when the new Daredevil series comes out in 2024. So I hope that happens. I would love for her to return. I really enjoyed her in that character. And with that being said, man, regardless of what your favorite product is, it's some great wrestling out there. New Japan's gonna be heading to New Zealand soon to mob over there with some of the best and brightest they got over there. Impact is going crazy. Like I said, Mickey James is in a final run right now. I also want to give a shout out to the Motor City Machine Guns, Chris Sabin and Alex Shelley, because seeing them on AEW pay-per-view, even if it was for one show, was pretty fucking cool, if I have to say so. So blessings to those guys. And yeah, regardless of what product you watch, man, it's wrestling. Wrestling is the greatest show on earth. Fuck Ringling Brothers. And we love it. We love y'all for listening. We love y'all for watching. For those of you that joined us on our new YouTube page, welcome and thank you. For those of you that joined us on Twitter, welcome and thank you. For those of you that joined us on Facebook, welcome and thank you. We will be back in 2 weeks with more wrestling and hip hop culture talk. Gang will be in attendance. And with that being said, on behalf of myself and the villain T Carl over there to my right, we appreciate y'all joining us for episode 210 of the Mania Podcast. And as always, in parting, do us a favor, keep your shoulders off the mat.
Yo, before you hang that up, I just want to say to fix what I was saying earlier.
Wait. Let's rewind real quick. Rewind. Go ahead.
The movie that is screening is called El Rey. Right now, he's screening it at the Burbank Film Fest, and that would be Jonathan from Geekscape Network. So
nice.
Make sure you follow him at geekscape.net, and make sure that you follow everybody at the Geekscape Network. That was the guy who interviewed me and ran at Comic-Con, so I definitely want to make sure that I give him his love and make sure that y'all know to check out his movie, El Rey.
Hell yeah, El Rey. Please go check that out ASAP. Big crowd noise on that. Big crowd noise. Hell yeah. Man. Woo. My head hurt from all this wrestling drama business, y'all. We're going to get up out of here like this. Fuck this shit, I'm out. I'm kidding, y'all. Hey, we love y'all. Keep your shoulders off the mat. We'll see y'all back here in 2 Thursdays from Wow.
Make sure y'all stay tuned in. Also, make sure that you get your questions in early over at the Matt Mania Twitter or DM them on the Matt Mania Pod Instagram. If you got questions, we will answer them live on the pod.
We sure in the hell will. Much love to everybody. Have a great evening. We will see y'all 2 Thursdays from now. Holla at your boys.